Welcome to today's Facebook and YouTube Live. A lot has happened, I think, just in the last few days. So I will be giving you guys some updates on that. But we are doing well over here. It is the end of the school year, and it feels like everything is like really fast paced with the kids in school. Just today, we've got Landon's soccer banquet, and we have Landon's end of the year school choir performance. And then the Quints have field trips that are coming up and a whole bunch of other things. So I'm excited to spend some time with everyone today. We've got people tuning in over here on YouTube. Jenna Hansen, it's good to see you. People tuning in from Pennsylvania, Michigan. Stephanie Browning is from Anaheim. Good to see you. Nancy is tuning in. She's from California, I believe. And Terry is from Idaho Falls. Well, it is good to see everybody here. I have been busy just cleaning out closets and spring cleaning. These last few days, my kids have had just these huge growth spurts, especially my daughters. And so I am moving all of my kids' clothes from out of my closet up into their own bedrooms now because my kids have become a lot more um, responsible with putting their own clothes away and getting dressed first thing in the morning, which is wonderful. And so anyway, I'm just trying to find like configurations of closet organizers that'll fit all of my kids' clothes because three girls sharing a small little closet. You just have to get a little bit creative, but I do believe in simplicity, so it's good. Mickey says you're glowing today. Hello from Texas. It's good to see you on here. And for whatever reason, I don't have comments. Maybe I need to tap on the screen. Like I'm not seeing comments over here on Facebook. And I don't know why that is. This has been a problem like the last 3 weeks, and I don't know why I can't see any comments on Facebook still. Let's see. Tons of comments though over here on YouTube. So I will be responding to questions that have come in. I've received a lot of the same questions, so I will be addressing that briefly here. And then I'll be answering other questions that people have asked. So we do have Mother's Day coming up, and I am excited to spend time with my children. Shaden, my son, is in college, and he'll be graduating with his associates here in the next little while, and then he'll be down in about 7 or 8 days. His fiance Tatum is flying up to Wyoming, and then they're going to drive back down to southern Utah because it is like an 8, 9 hour drive to St. George. And I am just so excited to welcome Tatum into our family. She's such a wonderful person. I think she's very kind, and that's something I very much admire about her. And I think Shaden and her are going to build a wonderful life together. So I'm really excited to see what comes next for them. One of the questions that came in did ask about Shaden and Tatum. I believe they're getting married August 2nd. So we are excited for them. And I really love Tatum's family. I ran into her mom at a restaurant here in town. I really like going to Angelica's. It's like a Mexican restaurant. I love their carne asada street tacos. They're so good. But I ran into her mom there. So we were just catching up for a little bit. And I'm excited to help out for their wedding. Okay. So let's see. We've got lots of questions coming in. Angel says, been following since the quintuplets were born. Love your videos. Well, thank you for watching. I'm very appreciative. And this has provided a way that I can be at home with my kids, do my work from home. I know sometimes people think that social media isn't a real job and it's not work. But it is. Editing the videos, there's really an art to it, and some people are just really, really good at that. And for me, I've come a long ways, but I still feel like when it comes to editing my own content, I'm still learning. And so I really appreciate people being so patient with me. Somebody says Mexican food is your favorite food. Yes, I love it. I've loved it since I was little. Okay, so school gets out. I did have a question come in. When does school get out? School gets out the end of May. I wanna say it's, like, May 22nd. I could be off a little bit, with the dates there, but my kids are really excited to take a break from school, but I don't know, I have mixed feelings as a mom. Like, I love that my kids have school and have friendships outside of each other. I think school is wonderful because it keeps my kids busy, it keeps my kids active, they get to take breaks, and when summer comes, it's a little bit different. Ruth asks, how is little grandma doing? She's doing really well. I typically see her every Sunday, and she really is just the sweetest person. I've been cleaning out like different places in my house, just decluttering. And I came across, like, when I got married, she gave me a cookbook, and it was, like, 5 ingredients or less, and I had forgotten about it, because I was so intimidated about cooking and becoming a homemaker and the art of keeping a home when I first got married, and so she gave me this little cookbook, and I read in there, it says, "Jamie, you can do this," and I love her. She's a woman that has that quiet strength about her, um, and she's very gracious and very loving and very warm, and that's one thing I've always admired about my grandmother, but she is doing well. Michaela asks, which of the quintuplets are right-handed? Um, I think 2 of the quintuplets are lefties. Lily is a lefty, and one of the boys, I can't remember which one is left-handed. Angel asks, what do you use to edit? I use a few different programs. Final Cut Pro is the one that I use, and I started out with a free trial, and I think like the first 30 to 60 days are free, and then they charge you per year. So that's where I started, and my friend Ellie and Jared Meekum, they are so kind. They are the ones that suggested using that program, and it's been really great. Donna asks, what plans does Shaden have after he is finished with his 2-year degree? So he is just in the last few weeks, he's going to be transferring to UVU is what they call it now. The universe. Oh gosh, I can't even think of what it is. It's in Provo. It's where Tatum's been going to school, so he's transferring, to where his soon-to-be wife will be going to school, so they can, each get their degrees in different things. Shaden is gonna be graduating in social work. He has really enjoyed the program. He's had some teachers and professors that have been really good, and he's learned a lot. Utah Valley University, that's right, Chris, that's what it's called. When my sister went there for college, it was called UVSC, and so now they've changed the name to university. Okay, somebody else. I believe Logan and Lily are left-handed. That's probably right. Glenna says you were so confident on social media now. I feel like I've come a long way. Like my very first vlog that I ever did, it was, I think, going down to Arizona to meet Dr. John Elliott at Valley Perinatal and the Elliott Center for Multiples. And I just felt like awkward and rather large and very heavy with child or children. And I think I had a cold. So every time I like sneezed or coughed, all the babies would shake like 5 little bowls full of jelly or jello. I don't know. It was kind of weird. Um, Christiane asked, how is Daisy's broken arm? Um, so she has what's called a buckle fracture, and she's needed to wear a splint or a cast for about 3 to 4 weeks. So she will be out of it right before school gets out for summer, which is really great. And I have a little bit of a, sorry guys, a little bit of a runny nose today, just decluttering closets. And I do this like twice a year in the spring and in the fall. And we had so much going on this spring that it's almost like summer cleaning. So I've been cleaning out my garage, my pantry, cabinets, um, closets, my kids' clothes. So I've just been busy now that they're at their dad's this week. So it's been good. Okay, and then I did want to make an announcement. So I have officially closed my PO box as of today. So today was the last day that I received packages. And I may reopen it, but I am just trying to budget right now and be frugal. And so I may open it like Christmas and maybe next year for the Quint's birthday. But it is kind of a large amount for me to have open every year. And so we've had it for 7 years now, and our family's been extremely blessed by the generosity of others. And I'm really grateful for the kindness shown to my family. And so I no longer have a P.O. box. Nancy asked, what's the girls' favorite coloring books? I honestly, and I just barely cleaned out all of my kids' crayons, colored pencils, markers, their little art station, and I just went through all of their coloring books. My girls are really into Barbies right now. And so a lot of the things that they're playing with are Barbies and coloring and arts and crafts, all that fun stuff. But my kids are just getting bigger. So we are going to dive in here. And I think I just want to get this question out of the way because I've had several people ask me it. So on Monday, my ex-husband, my kid's dad, Skylar, came out as bisexual. So if you haven't heard, he announced that through social media on Monday, and I've had people ask. I did not know. I found out, my family and I found out through social media Monday afternoon. So I just want to make a public statement here that nothing changes. My kids still love their dad. They still care about their dad. And he is still my co-parent and somebody that I respect. So I just want to make sure that people are kind, because to me, how we treat others is important. And I don't think critiquing or criticizing others is kind. And so comments like that on social media, I can't read any of the comments right now on Facebook, actually. So I hope that people moving forward will be very kind about my co-parent Skylar. He is someone that is important to me, and he is a part of my life. And so I also want to publicly state that I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I do believe in the family proclamation to the world, and that I still feel like, and I've had this question that came in the DMs, like, are you still a happy family? And that one was in all caps. I wasn't quite sure what the person meant by that. I think happiness is a choice. I think happiness isn't a circumstance you find yourself in or a situation. I think um, life is about learning. I think life is about finding our own path. I think life is about joy in the journey. And I think kindness is a very important part of that. And so I just wanted to publicly state that. Um, Janice says, Skylar won't be able to enter heaven being a homosexual. How can you justify his choice? I just want to comment on that. I believe there is room in heaven for everyone. That is my personal belief. I know we all come from different belief systems, different backgrounds, what we believe premortal life to be. If it exists for you, I believe it does. And I believe that God loves all of his children. And that's something important to me. And that's something that I'm going to teach my children is kindness matters. Um, I hope I am answering these questions in a very honest way. I don't want anybody putting my co-parent down, Skylar. I have friends in the LGBTQ plus community, and they're people that I love and they're people that I care about. As far as my own personal beliefs and what I will be teaching my children, I still believe that marriage is between a man and a woman, and ordained by God. Um, and I will say this over and over again. I believe that kindness matters. And I want my children to grow up in a world where they understand that it's okay to be yourself and that you're loved, and that love, I haven't cried about this yet. Love is unconditional. And I hope that people can understand that love isn't based on conditions. Um, but I'll continue to teach my kids good values, how to contribute to family and home life, how to be good human beings, um, and how to love others. So I just hope that there's a sensitivity in that for my family. And and my kid's dad is someone that we love and care about. So sorry, I just need a minute. Okay. So we had some other questions coming in. Mother's Day is this Sunday, and I've been thinking a lot about the blessings of being a mother. I don't really talk about infertility very often. Now that I'm a single mom, I just haven't felt like it's really my place to talk about it. But my children came into the world, and I was struggling with infertility. And I'm just really grateful that I get to be a mom. It is my focus in life, um, is being a mother. Each of my kids are so different. So I've been reflecting on the own mothers that I have, my own mom, and my grandmother, and the people that have been mothers to me, even though they didn't physically bear children. And so, years ago when I had infertility and I wanted to add just an extra baby, an extra child to our family, I thought, I'd be getting one baby doing infertility. I didn't think it was going to be quintuplets. And I just remember having this prayer in my heart that if I could have a child, I would share joy. And so I think all of this has turned into something far greater than I ever thought would be. So I hope you feel joy in honesty and sharing a little bit about my family. I had several comments that came in, just different things that people had asked. So I will be taking some of those. Tara asked, are the Quints excited for summer break? They are. They're excited to get to play outside, go to parks more. Um, but they will miss their friends. So I hope we get to do some play dates with other kids. Gina asked, what is your favorite thing to do with Landon? He is such an amazing kid. Um, the last few days, we've really loved spending time together. I feel like we've become a lot closer. And one of his newest talents is cooking and baking. And he has this new lemonade recipe that is so good. And you make it with sweetened condensed milk. And so have stayed up a little bit later the last couple nights watching a movie. We watched a really good movie. If you haven't watched it, it's really good. We were watching The Unbreakable Boy. So if you haven't watched it, I think it's on Netflix. We had to rent it. I think it was like $6, but it was really a good movie about a little boy that has like a bone disease or a bone condition where his bones break easily, but he also has autism. And it's based on the true life story of this family. And it's real, it's raw, it's about kindness. Those are my kind of movies. So if you're interested, it's a really good family movie. I thought they kept it really clean, and it's not only the story about the boy, but like the parents and the brother. Anyway, I thought it was so beautiful. So if you're looking for a good movie, that is something that Lana and I really enjoyed watching. And then we also like going out to In-N-Out Burger. That is my other favorite, like, comfort good food. I love their fries there. Their burgers are just, like, okay, but I really love their, fries. So Lana and I did that the other night, and that was really fun. Georgina asked, "Is Vivi the smallest of the girls?" She looks like you, Jamie. She is the smallest right now. Each of my girls hit growth spurts at different times, and I find it oh, I look terrible today. I find it fascinating, when my kids, hit different growth spurts. Like Violet has the teeny tiniest little feet. She gets that from her dad's side of the family. Her grandmother, Sherry, Skylar's mom, has itty bitty, like teeny tiny. I call them like Cinderella feet. Like they're just tiny. So Violet is just like this petite little thing. And people have started to mention that she looks more like me. And I still don't see that. I just see like the Scott side of the family with the big, beautiful blue eyes, the long eyelashes, and the dark coloring and fair skin. And that's one of my favorite things about Violet. Okay, Caitlin asked, how often do you visit Confetti Kids Club? So I've posted a little bit about this place in town. Is my kids' favorite place to go. It's called Confetti Kids Club, and it's like this indoor playground. And they have slides, they have a ball pit, they have like a little soccer place that you can play soccer. And then they have like rock climbing in there, and it is really fun. So if you're trying to beat the heat during the summer, and this is not an advertisement, it was just in the DMs. If you're trying to beat the heat or it's raining or it's freezing outside, like places like that are awesome because you can entertain the grandkids, you can entertain the kids, and they're it's really great. And they have snacks there that you can get for the kids that are super affordable too. So we like going there. We probably go like every, I don't know, every couple months. My kids love that place. And Confetti Kids Club has hosted us a couple of times, which I'm really grateful for as a mom. Okay, Betsy asks, where do you buy your cute shirts from? So I had posted a picture where I'm wearing a blue shirt in stories with Landon. That was a $9 Ross special. So when I get invited to PGA Tour stuff or LPGA stuff where you have to dress fancy. And I am a lady on a budget. Ross and TJ Maxx are my go-tos for both my kids' clothes and my own personal clothes. And Ross, I feel like, is really upped their game when it comes to um, things that they're offering right now, like just really comfortable, sensory-friendly clothes and in colors that I would actually wear. Let's see. Okay, next question. What's one of your best frugal tips when it comes to budgeting? And this question comes from Mel, Melduns, Mel Duns. Hopefully I'm saying your Instagram account right. Um, I went through and looked at my personal finances about 2 months ago. Excuse me. And the first thing I did was like cut down any unnecessary expenses, subscriptions. I have simplified when it comes to like even what I cook for my family. And the truth of the matter of that is like my kids are really simple when it comes to what they like. They like chicken nuggets, they like yogurt, they like corn dogs, they like hot dogs. So those are all like budget friendly things. And then I just add in fresh fruits, vegetables, that sort of thing, macaroni and cheese. I mean, that's not healthy, but my kids love it. Um, Okay, Abby just asked, Jamie, can you please post vlogs when the Quints were babies? Yes. Um, yeah, okay, so I've been extracting, um, I'm trying to explain this in like vocabulary terms that everybody's gonna understand. So I've been extracting with Chad's help, my boyfriend Chad's help, all the old footage from all of my family's history since the Quints were little, and I'm like putting them onto this disc. Chad says we are working on old videos. Um, yes. So as soon as we've got those all extracted, then I can upload those onto my desktop and I can be editing those. So it is in the process, just so you all know, because I know, especially for those of you on Facebook, trying to find like all the old videos, you have to scroll back like forever. The way YouTube is set up, you can find all of those. And I know the original videos, Skylar had removed those from his own personal YouTube channel. And so they're all gone. Like you can't find them on YouTube. And so I'm really excited to be posting those soon here for everybody. And it'll be a place that my kids can come and watch what it was like growing up. Um, Let's see. Somebody says, I think I missed the Felicia story. Can I find it somewhere? Marty just asked that. I'm not sure if you're referencing like how we've blocked people who are just unkind or disrespectful. But that is something we do monitor the comments now. And so if your comments aren't kind, if they're not polite, if they're fighting, if they're trying to pick a fight with somebody else through the comments, we call those keyboard warriors or trolls. Um, those comments and people are removed now because I want this to be a clean space for people to come because I feel like the world is full of plenty of haters. And, like Taylor Swift says, people are going to hate. And I just want this space I have created here, that we have created here to be a safe place where women can come and just like hang out on a Wednesday. With the exception of like a few guys that do watch these videos. Chad, I know you're one of them too, that likes to tune in at the office. I want it to be a clean space for everybody. Okay. Anonymous asked, do you ground your kids from seeing family, such as aunts or cousins? So my answer is no. I think having a family support system is really important for kids. I do believe in healthy boundaries though, right? Like if let's say my kids had a cousin that's just like super, super mean, of course we're not going to spend like large amounts of time if that cousin's like a concern. But that's between my co-parent and I. But as far as like my kids being able to see all their aunts, all of their uncles, all of their grandparents, that is something very important to me. And I think it helps a child in growing up knowing who they are, where they come from, and where they're going is knowing their extended family. So that is very, very important to me. And so, do I ground my kids from not seeing people? No. They are able to see all of their aunts, all of their uncles, and all of their cousins. And then Andrea asked, did your ex-husband get rebaptized? Yes, he got rebaptized into the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Okay, let me scroll through here. We've got lots of comments on here, and I've not even responded to these. Um, Michaela says, my daughter is wondering, what is your all-time favorite movie? Oh, that's a good question. Like my favorite movie ever, I have a lot. I love While You Were Sleeping, You've Got Mail. My kids would say Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Shaden and Landon. That was like one of their favorites. Trying to think like movies from my childhood. Probably all-time favorites. I grew up watching musicals thanks to little grandma and my grandfather. They really instilled in us a love for the arts, a love of dancing, and a love of music. And so some of my favorite musicals are Meet Me in St. Louis, Calamity Jane, Wizard of Oz, The Sound of Music, but as a child, I had a hard time sitting through the entire length of the movie. I grew up watching Oklahoma. Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. I have a little bit mixed feelings now that I'm an adult watching that movie because times have changed, and I think women being assertive is important. And so the movie for its time period is good, but there's some things I disagree with now that I am older watching that video. Um, let's see. Um, would you allow your children to spend time with a relative who lives in a more morally problematic way? I think, like I said before, my children knowing who their aunts and uncles are, their extended family is important to families. Ruth O'Brien says she loves The Sound of Music. It really is good. Um, Somebody said they really love K-pop groups. I did watch K-pop, The Making of a Pop Star. I thought that show was fascinating. My favorite girl actually was this incredibly talented dancer who then learned how to sing and made it almost completely to the K-pop group until like the very final cut. So that was fascinating to me. Let's see. Do you enjoy plays? Yes, I love plays. I love musicals. Okay, let me see if I've missed any of the other comments in here. Um, Micah or Mika, she says, hi, I'm from India. Been watching your content since the beginning. It's been fascinating to me how people even heard about my family. And it just is fascinating to me because truly the only people that we were really telling were friends, family, and neighbors. And so it's been a beautiful thing to be able to share this experience with everybody raising my children. And we've had a lot of changes in the last 7 years to our family, but I still think that there's happiness in my family, and there's so many great qualities about my kid's dad, Skylar, that I do admire um, in him as a person. So Let's see. Lori asks, are the kids having camps or summer activity plans? Skylar and I are working together on a summer schedule. I think what we're going to do is 1 week on, 1 week off this year. Last year we did 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, but now that the kids are older, I feel like it's easier the back and forth at each household. I feel like it's easier. So I think this year we're going to do the 1 week on, 1 week off. We've almost got that finalized. And then we're going to have like a 2 week span with dad and a 2 week span with mom. So that way, if we want to go travel or go out of town, we don't have to quickly come back, which I think will be good for the kids. So anyway, it is good. It is good. Let's see. I'm seeing a lot of kind comments about Chad. He really is such a wonderful person, and my family feels really grateful that we've gotten to know him over this last year. Let's see. Yeah, Shaden and Tatum have been dating for a long time. That's one of the questions. They've been dating for a long time. They met each other in a foods class when they were in high school and they flirted over butter. So I think Shaden just kept like stealing the ingredients she had to make whatever the recipe was that she was making. But she didn't realize that he liked her until later. So it's kind of like this really sweet, innocent story of like how they both liked each other. And anyway, and then Chris Carter says Landon should take home ec like Shaden did. I totally agree. He did take I forget what it's called. It's like a cooking class you can take at the high school. But he actually didn't meet. So Landon actually has a little girlfriend right now. She's so sweet. We love her. I forgot to include the content with her in the Easter video. So like if you guys want, I can include that little clip because this girl she's so beautiful and she's so sweet. So I can include that. It's just kind of like old footage in the next up and coming vlog, but we really love getting to know her too. Her name's Avery. She's really sweet. And Landon met her through choir. They had a choir trip where they all went to Allstate. And she's just this really bubbly girl. Chad says, Janice, bye, Felicia, as soon as I get to a computer. Oh my gosh, Chad, well, I'm glad you listened to this. So anyway, so I'm gonna get back to it before the Quints get back. I am cleaning out closets, my garage. I have started up a little furniture flipping side hustle here to make some extra money for my family. So I'm really excited. My paint just arrived this last week. I really like using chalk paint, but this is a company I haven't used before or tried before. And so I'm really excited to see like the sheen of how it all looks. So I've got my pieces of furniture I'll be working on. So I've been cleaning out my garage so I can get started on spray painting and all of that. So I will share that in an up and coming vlog, how that is going. But I'm just excited for summer and excited to just stay focused on my family and on my kids. But I love you guys. Thank you for being so kind to my family. I really appreciate that. And I'm grateful to have a space where we can come midweek and gather together, primarily as women. I know we have a few guys that do watch this channel, but I have learned so much over the last 19 years, 20 years of motherhood. I've learned from my own mom, my own grandma, the other people in my life that have nurtured and loved me. Women that didn't physically bear me, and they're not exactly my mom, but I still am grateful for the lessons and things that they have taught me through the years. I have learned so much from each one of you, sharing on here what it was like raising multiples, what it was like raising your kids. And so I'm just really grateful to have this space. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I'm going to get back to it. I have been finishing up on laundry, spring cleaning, which is now turning into almost summer cleaning. But anyway, we are doing good over here and we are excited for summer. Love you all, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.